and we are really privileged to have Dr. Puspo Edi Giriwono with us, who is the head of SEAFAST Center at the IPB University. And Dr. Giriwono is also one of the members of Functional Food Working Group, Indonesia Ministry of Health, and he also holds a membership of Indonesia Risk Assessment Center. So I think he also has a perspective from maybe a producing country perspective from Indonesia that could be really helpful as he looks to, leverage it for the Bangladesh market. Dr. Puspo is a PhD in molecular nutrition and has been conducting various research projects in the topics of bioactive functional compounds, effect on inflammation-related cellular signaling. He has also got scientific papers in the same domain published in some of the esteemed publications. So I think from a scientific perspective, we could definitely look to get some further insights from Dr. Puspo. So with that, Dr. Puspo, welcome to this webinar. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Yash Kansal. It's a pleasure and it's a privilege, honor to be invited to join you, to all the distinguished guests and panelists here. Will it be okay if I share a few slides to give the audience, to give everyone some very powerful message about palm oil? Sure. Thank you. So I hope you can see the slides in front of you. So this is reiterating what Mr. Fakhrul Alam has said, that if you have a look at the population, we are always increasing, and you can see 2050, we are expected to hit around about 9 billion to 10 billion people. And if you have a look at the demand of vegetable oil here, it could reach anywhere from 225 all the way to 250 million tons. Now, as Mr. Fakhrul Alam mentioned, that the productivity when it comes to producing these vegetable oils, we can see that palm oil is probably the most productive. It requires only 0.26 hectare here to produce that 1 ton compared to soybean. So if we put this into perspective, then if we say, for example, we use soybean as the US is probably the largest producer of soybean, it will take half of the area, the land area of the US to provide that 225 million tons. And if you have a look at rapeseed, slightly better in yield compared to soybean, but again, it's nowhere close to palm oil. You can see that you will have to use the whole of Europe to produce enough of that vegetable oil to feed the world, basically. And if you have a look at palm oil, you can see that it's probably just this region of the world that can provide that 225 million tons per year for that 2050. So I think this will answer, or this, by communicating these powerful messages, that palm oil is probably one of the best answers when it comes to feeding the future people of the planet, the sustainability, the high yield, and so on. So this is a good message to tell everyone. But I'm not going to stop here, because I'd like to talk about the unique or the nutritional content of palm oil. It has that equal balance of saturated and unsaturated fatty acid. So this is palmitate compared to oleate. And why is this very important? Because this is a secret basically to all the manufacturers that produce infant formulas, is that have a look at this particular fatty acid profile of human milk, and then have a look at what it takes those manufacturers to produce the same profile of that human milk. And you can see that these yellow bars, you will have to have palm oil added to that formula. So then it can resemble human milk that will give you, or will give babies and infants the best nutritional source during their early life. And again, we have to have, or I believe this is a good platform to spread the word that these are some of the benefits, or very important benefits when it comes to palm oil providing nutritional qualities. But it does not stop there. The slides that Mr. Alam showed us, it contains a lot of vitamin A. This is very important in addressing all vitamin A deficiencies in this world. You can see the map where you have vitamin A deficiencies. But what's interesting is that if you have a look here, pointed by the arrow, Nigeria does not have this particular problem because they have been consuming red palm oil in their daily cuisines, basically. So that's one success story of how palm oil can address these kinds of issues. And I think there are many papers here that have been shown to effectively combat vitamin A deficiencies in many countries. And so just to finally close off, again, we also have other nutrients, vitamin E, for example, in palm oil. This is a very strong antioxidant, and this has been used experimentally at the moment, clinical experiments, to show that they can deal with oxidative stress in brain of human clinical trials, where you can see the lowering of those lesions, inhibiting lesion growth, inhibiting cellular damage and aging and so on. So I think there's a lot that we can explore when it comes to palm oil, all the goodness, all the nutrients and benefits. And I think that would be a good avenue to explore all over the world, not just, you can also do it in Bangladesh, for example, as we are talking about Bangladesh. So increase the consumption. There's no need to worry about all these issues. I think scientists, I think food manufacturers, they can explore what are the benefits that you can get from all these palm oil. So that's what I'd like to share with you today. Thank you.
So this is the tariff, present tariff structure. You can see here, there is no duty on the import of soybean seed, not at all. But soybean oil, which is imported in the Swedish view, and the palm oil, which is imported in RBD or in the semi-refined or in the crude oil, that bears 15% value-added tax. So that's why the palm oil is unable to compete with the soybean oil obtained locally from the imported soybean. So this is the last slide of my presentation. Then thank you.